Hello, I'm Ramos Benny. I want to talk to the Navajo Nation, my people today, just to let you know that, the Democrats, just to inform you, the Democrats hadn't really helped us by shutting down the NGS out at Page Power Plant. A lot of my friends had worked there many, many years, and it's cost us millions of jobs. And then now they're after the one up there in Fruitland, New Mexico. So we cannot afford to let them shut that one down. So I'm just encouraging you to vote Trump. I'm encouraging you to vote Republican. Okay, so, and then this open border policy that Kamala Harris had and Joe Biden had, it don't do any of us any good. Come across, and people are coming across in droves, not just from Mexico, but they come all from all over the world. We're getting terrorists, we're getting dealers across the border, and we do not want that. You vote Trump and he'll put a stop to it, and he will help us he'll help us Navajo people. And I believe that, and I believe in Trump.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and before we start, please put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section. We must protect President Trump at all times. And it brings me to this video right here. I definitely had to show y'all this clip. This is a black police officer out of California, and he absolutely exposes everything about Kamala Harris. And this right here was something Kamala Harris was not expecting this police officer right here to say about her. She's stealing from Donald Trump. She has no policies at all. Think about it. Her very first policies was stealing from Donald Trump, mimicking everything from Donald Trump. All of a sudden now she wants to do no tax on tips. It just don't make any sense. She is not original. She have been exposed, and there's going to be more stuff in this video that this police officer is going to expose by Kamala Harris. This right here is just groundbreaking. So make sure you watch the entire video so you can see everything he had to say. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to let the entire video play, and I'll let y'all know what I think about it in the end. Please hit the like button so more people can see this video. Subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this clip, because this police officer was not playing around. Let's go.
Guys, we have an administration of grifters, liars, copycats, and gaslighters. That's what we have, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. The current administration is nothing but a huge con. Okay? And we have to wake up and realize that before we turn into Venezuela or Cuba. That's what's going to happen to us. It's going to happen. They can't beat the former president fair and square. So what they do is they work with big tech to suppress him at every level, with the exception of X right now, who I appreciate Elon. Whenever Trump does do an interview with an unfriendly network, he can't even talk about his policies, their goal. They have their mission. Let's just talk about all the allegations of bad things that he ever did in his life. Keep him on the defensive. That is their strategy. That is their strategy with him and JD Vance. And it's wrong. It's not fair to Americans. You are supposed to be objective journalists, and we can't even hear what the other side has to offer. Well, we already know what they have to offer. We've seen 4 years of Trump before, and despite the circus that he brought, we have to admit it was a good presidency. So we already know the fruits of his presidency. But right now what we have with Joe Biden and now Kamala Harris is a biter. Former president comes out and says, I want to take the tax off of tips. After meeting a waitress in a restaurant, he listened to the American people. That's what I love about Donald Trump. He goes and actually listens to people. And he says, if it's a good idea, I'm going to do it. And then Kamala Harris comes out and says, hey, that sounds like a good idea. Let's take the idea. Now that I've got the media to silence him, now that nobody's hearing from him anymore, now I can say it's mine. Do you notice that that's the same thing Joe Biden did? Joe Biden Donald Trump cut the price of insulin. He lowered the price of insulin. He did it. When Joe Biden came, he completely eradicated that, then repackaged it and sold it as if he did it. It's the same stuff. The reason why the economy, as far as it hasn't completely tanked, is because Joe Biden kept a couple of Donald Trump's policies. He's not going to tell you that. But that's the reason why we're not in a recession right now. Not because of him, but because he was smart enough to keep Trump's policies. a couple of them at least. That's why. But still, because of his leadership and their style of leadership, this good economy, we can't even feel at the lower levels. The only people that can feel it are the rich. So Joe Biden's going to go around taking credit for the economy, when under him it's not good. At least with Donald Trump, we could benefit from it. We felt it. Okay? Here's what's going to happen, guys. Right now, the reason why Kamala Harris is not talking to the press is because she's in her strategy room, right? She's in her war room. And you know what they're saying right now? Let's take every good idea that Trump ever had and repackage it, and then we're going to give this big grand old speech like all of these things are their idea. That's literally what they're going to do. But I got a warning for you. I live in California. That is Progressiveville. That's where I live. And one thing I know about progressives, they do not change their stripes. They can't, because their beliefs in socialism and Marxism and everything else is so deeply rooted that once they make all those promises, you get them in, they go right back to doing what they were going to do and engage in job killing policies, okay? Making things extremely worse for everybody. Don't fall for this, guys. All she's going to do is go back and look at all the good Trump did, and she's going to repackage it to the public like it's hers. As soon as you guys elect her, if you guys are just, man, I'm not going to say anything disparaging, but if you guys elect her, she's going to go right back. And you know what else she's going to do? She's going to give amnesty to all these immigrants they let in illegally. They aided and abetted illegal migration in this country for two purposes: to create a new workforce, to replace you, and also to help steal the election. And I believe that with all of my heart. The reason why I believe that is not based on theory, it's fact. They are finding undocumented immigrants on voter rolls right now. Okay, they're finding registered voters who are undocumented. They're finding that right now. So that's their plan. They knew they couldn't beat Trump on policy. So their plan is steal the policy, own it as their own, and steal the election. That's exactly what's going to happen, folks. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. And do you know what's going to happen if that happens? If they win and they give amnesty, your children are going to have a harder time as they become adults having to compete for jobs against people who weren't even born here. Yeah, your black jobs, as you guys like to say. He was telling the truth. You may not have liked how he said it, but Trump was telling the exact truth. The black jobs for your future children are going to be much harder to come by. Well, what's a black job? Any damn job a black person can get is a black job. What he means is jobs that you could have got are going to be taken from you. Not only that, your voice and your vote. You have a whole new voter block that when you have a problem with something, you can't even address it because they replaced you with someone else. That's just the reality of it, guys. And we have to wake up to what's happening. I know what they're about to do. I've seen this playbook before. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. We have to vote smart. Policy over persona. Look at the fruits of each administration and go with that. Be honest, guys.
Well, there you go right there. He exposed the mess out of Kamala Harris. Just pretty much saying, hey, she's just going to try to mimic everything Donald Trump do and try to repackage it and make it seem like it's hers, just like she did this no tax on tips. I mean, come on, the woman had 3.5 years to do everything she's now saying she will do, which is a lie because she's still the vice president. She's still in office and she can be doing a lot of that stuff now, and she's refusing to do so. So if she haven't did any of these things in 3.5 years, what make you think she's going to do it if she's elected president? What make you think she's going to do anything? Just like he said, she's going to go back to her old ways. She's still going to let illegal immigrants come in here, take jobs, and they ain't even from this country. And she just letting them walk in and just take jobs from people. That's exactly what she's doing. Kamala Harris cannot be trusted. Y'all have to look at yourself, especially if you watching this video now and you hear me talking and you support Kamala Harris. If she's been in office 3.5 years under Joe Biden and food prices are still high, I mean, inflation is high, you can't buy houses, groceries are high, just think about all of that. So all of a sudden now she start going to having these rallies, and all of a sudden she just gonna change that when she's still in office now And the stuff she's saying is about she's going to close the border. She's going to do that. All she's doing is flip-flopping. She's just telling the American people what they want to hear. And as soon as they elect her, she's going to go right back to her old ways, just like what she's doing now in office with Joe Biden. Not a thing. She's tricking the American people. She's lying. She's pandering to black people. That's the only thing she's doing. That's the reason why she got these comedians, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey. That's why she got all of these people trying to go after black people that don't want to support her, because people know that she is a fake. She is a fraud. The woman on video saying she's Indian. She's not black, but she's trying to use this black card to try to trick people into voting for her. I'm not falling for that crap, and I don't want y'all to fall for it either. So, I mean, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. I definitely had to bring y'all this video. And, man, this right here was something else. Salute to this police officer right here out of California. I think he got, like, more videos. If y'all like me do more videos, because he got a good bit of them. If y'all want more videos of him, let me know down below in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to bring it to y'all. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.